Hey guys, it's Dr. Amy Beard of Dr. Amy's Table, a membership that I have developed alongside you, and you were a huge part of this, Anna Allen. Um, and so this membership really came about because we were noticing massive gaps, not only in the traditional medicine model, but also the functional medicine world, that was making it inaccessible to a lot of people. And another reason that we wanted to do this is because it's it's not just another membership. It really truly is trying to um, explain and bring the foundations of good health to people, which I feel like have been overlooked by the functional medicine community and certainly by the conventional medicine world. And social media and newsletters just really aren't the best outlets to convey certain information about health in an effective and efficient manner. And I just don't have time to answer individual messages and comments about very detailed specific things.
Yeah.
It's not good use of my time. And so and that's the reason that we wanted to do this membership. It truly is to bring functional medicine to as many people as we can in a very efficient, effective, and much more affordable way.
Affordability and accessibility. I feel like those are the two things we keep coming back to as like why you wanted this place to be here in the first place, because functional medicine is hard to access, and there needed to be a space where people could learn, engage, learn more foundational medicine.
Yeah.
I know you talk a lot about foundational medicine versus functional medicine, and be able to have a place where people can come and do that.
And you can access it, but I think the quality of what you're accessing, of what a lot of people have access to, is not there. I'm one of a few, certified MD, functional medicine practitioners. There's more and more of us. And, I've worn a lot of hats and I've been doing this a long time. And so I'm coming to the table with a lot of experience, both professionally and personally. And I think that probably is the case with a lot of functional medicine practitioners.
Yeah.
Their own health journeys, right?
Yes. Yeah. No, I love that. And what's included? What do people get accessing when they are getting this membership?
So a lot. We want to provide a good value. That has always been my goal. Even in my online practice, there's principles that we stick by to make them our services as affordable as possible, because we know how expensive it can be. So members are going to have access to functional medicine testing, standard lab testing, at very, very affordable prices. And I think many will be shocked at the prices that we are offering these for. And that list will be growing. As more things, we're going to keep adding things to this, but we just want to make sure that we don't jump ahead of ourselves. And not only do you have access to that testing, which you are you can certainly interpret on your own and go with on your own, but you also have access to functional medicine coaches who can help you interpret those results and what they mean for you and your life. Not just what the numbers say, but how those numbers are possibly showing what's going on in your life.
Helping you connect the dots between your life and the lab values.
Yeah, because the numbers don't really mean a whole lot if we don't know at least something about you. So you get monthly Q&As from me. My husband, Paul, who many know, he's an expert at all things farming, organic farming, homesteading, cooking, all things food. I mean, this guy has done it all when it comes to raising animals and food. This sucker has done it all, and I'm amazed at what all. He's a very, very smart man. So you're going to get a Q&A from him every month, and then also, which I feel like is just the trifecta, is a Q&A from my friend, pastor, and spiritual mentor, Blake Harrell, who many may or may not know, but was on track to be a surgeon, and God said, nope, you're going to be a pastor. So Blake has this interest in the human body, and understands the physical and spiritual connection greatly, and has worked with a lot of people, and has seen when you address spiritual concerns, health just blossoms. Yeah. And so he'll be doing monthly Q&As as well. So you get that, which I think is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, it's access to spiritual counseling. You know?
Yeah, and you get, and we're allowing members to like, hey, what do you want us to address?
Right.
We know what we want to talk about, but what do you want us to talk about? There's downloadable guides and protocols that I use in my practice on a regular basis with patients. It's also this. It is a faith-centered community where I want us to all share with one another, build one another up, encourage one another, and just share our journeys. What's worked, what's not worked. Have you considered this? And it's just this place where we can do that. And then also there'll be access to supplement discounts, and then discounts on all of our programs and protocols.
Yeah.
So that's what you get for your membership, which I feel like is a fantastic deal. And we're going to be adding other things.
There's plans in the works. This is, the starting point of the membership, but we want to grow and expand and add more resources. So as you stay in the membership, the more value you will receive. And
there's room for flexibility. We will go where we will adapt as we need to. And based on what we're hearing from the members, what they want, what they need, we are definitely going to take that into consideration. We want to hear from you. What do you want and need? What would you like us to do?
Right. And these members, they will really become your priority.
Yes, my members will become my priority. Social media literally sucks the life out of me, and I don't like being on there for a multitude of reasons. And so the members are going to take the highest priority. That's where I want to spend my time. They are trusting me by participating and purchasing the membership. So guess what? You're going to get my attention.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah. And to create more of that trust and understanding and immediate response to these questions that so many people do have.
Right. You obviously value what I have to say, and so that goes, I'm going to value what you have to say.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what makes the connection just really incredible. And who do you feel like the member is for? If you were describing your members,
okay, so,
how would you describe your members?
There's a lot of, so the membership could be someone who is just, kind of going through some health struggles, right? I feel like that's a lot of people, and have not had good success with other avenues. This could definitely be good for you, because it's not that you're not just to be thrown out to the wolves to defend for yourself, and you're going to have a lot of guidance on, do you really need a test right now? Are you doing the foundations? Do you know what the foundations are? And so there's plenty of help for people who are struggling with issues right now. For families, I think it's great, because I think when families decide to improve their health together, they do really well. And I've had so many families who have done even just the Live Well program together, and they still come up to me. This might have been a year ago. They're like, man, you changed our family's life. Our trajectory is so different now, and in a good way. And I'm still hearing that. So I know we're on the right path. And so it's for families, and it's for other people who just want to keep like they're doing good, but they just want to keep investing in their health. And they want to continue to feel good for as long as they can. And I think that's great.
Yeah.
So that's who this is for.
Yeah. And there are other memberships out there. What would you say sets this membership apart? Obviously sets your practices apart. But what do you feel like is so different about
I think,
this?
first of all, it's faith-centered, Christ-centered. Our true health comes from the healer. And I feel like that is missing in almost all of the functional medicine world and the memberships that are being offered there. I think we offer a lot more access to me, to the other experts and the other areas that we're bringing into this. The affordability of the testing, very different than what I'm seeing that anybody else can get. And then it's also a place where I stopped being a salesman a long time ago. I am more concerned about your health and if you like me. So you're going to get my honest opinion on things. I feel like true love is being honest with people. And sometimes that can rub people the wrong way, but it's coming from a place of sincerity and love. So I think that's...
Yeah.
Did that cover it?
Yes. No, yeah, that's great. And I mean, we've launched the membership. We've heard feedback so far. And some people have said, like you mentioned, like, what else is out there? What am I comparing that to? And I think you make some really great points on this is a faith-based membership. The lab value is a huge part of that, because just when we compare the numbers and broke that down, the affordability that this membership offers is unlike anything out there. Same with the discounts and supplements. People have asked us, what value am I actually getting? Which I think is two-part to that. There is a significant discount. There's significant discounts on our programs, like you mentioned.
Yep.
Anywhere between like $30 and $50 off.
Yeah, if you're going to be a member and you're going to trust me, I'm going to help you out there.
Yeah. Same with the supplements. You'll get monthly promotions and discounts across the board on all of our supplements. And beyond that, though, if you want to just speak on, the discounts are a huge part of that. But why else? There's more. Yeah,
I don't want it to be. This is not just a supplement hawking membership. It's so much more than that. I don't want it to ever become that. This truly is a place where I want to empower people to learn all they can about how to take care of themselves. And then, of course, we're going to always be addressing what's trending, what is, and using some discernment there. Let's think about this. Do we need this? Do we not? Let's just step back. Why is this trending? And so it's honest and open discussions. And then you're getting advice from someone who's been doing this a while, and who, quite frankly, as I look back on my life, I feel like I understand why I'm at the place I am today. God has certainly put me in different places and in different situations my whole life. And that's who's pretty much going to be guiding this. It's just going to go where God wants it to go. And I have no idea
where.
And that's going to be exciting to see what happens with that.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's also a place where I think where I truly want to hear what you have to think. I'm always interested in what my patients have to say and the people on social media have to say, because there's some people out there who have had a lot of experience. And experience is the best teacher. And I listen to you guys, because there's a lot of things I haven't been through that you've been through, and you know, like this work, and once you hear it from multiple people that this worked, then you're like, so you start paying attention.
Yeah.
And so I'm learning too. I'm learning from you, which then helps me be a better doctor and have a better membership site.
Yeah, that's so true. If you could, if someone's out there and they're like on the fence, like, should I join the membership? Should I not? What's one thing that you want people to know about the membership that you love? And then also just, if you're in that situation where someone's like, I'm unsure,
you're not locked in.
Right. Cancel anytime.
So, but give us a chance.
Right.
This is new. We think we've worked out all the kinks, and so far that's all gone well. But just give us a chance. I think you're gonna have access to. I feel like the honesty, the honesty that's going to come out in the discussions is really what's going to set us apart. Again, because you can do this or not. I'm not trying to sell you anything. If you don't like what I have to say and you're just like, well, I'm done with her. Okay. But at least you got my honest opinion.
Right.
And then I feel like, where a lot of people have problems, especially in the functional medicine world, is the cost of labs, especially the specialty labs, which not all, there's value in labs. Okay. They can provide objective data, and there's a time and place for them. And when the time and place for them arrives, the cost of them can be very expensive, because a lot of people are trying to fund their practice to keep the doors open by making money off the labs. And I get it. This is a tough business. But we have made a decision to keep, to not raise the prices, just tack on an administrative fee. That there alone is going to save you a ton of money. That our standard labs, our lab panels, if you try to go to like Anytime Labs, you're going to be paying double. Same thing for a lot of the specialty labs. At least 50% more.
Yeah.
So you could pay for your membership, several months of your membership in just lab savings.
Right.
So anyway, that's the one thing that I hear over and over as a functional medicine doctor when it comes to labs. It's like, man, I really need you to do this lab. And then when they see the cost, they're like, Dr. Beard, I can't do that right now. Even though we don't charge anything for our patients, not members. Okay, if you're a formal patient, we don't tack on anything to the labs, because that is data that I need to help you. And so I get how expensive it can be. And then other practices, I don't know of anybody that's not adding on substantial increases to their lab cost to supplement their income and to help keep the doors open.
Yeah.
So we're at a good place. God has helped me get to a place in the practice where we're able to maintain a comfortable living. And I guarantee if you're guessing at what I make a year, I promise you it's less. And so, but I don't, we're just, thank goodness Paul and I are at a place in our lives where, we don't need a lot. God provides, and we don't need this membership income. It's just something that I want to do for others.
You want to create a space where people can get access to
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel like there's a lot of people who, like in the Bible, my people die from a lack of knowledge. And I see that all around me. And I don't like it. Even just going to the grocery store or out and about, I'm just like, man, if you only knew, if you only knew. And I hope those people end up at the table, because there's always going to be room, and we can help you.
Yeah.
You know? That's why we're doing, and it's my husband feels the same way. You know, he could have retired. He retired at 42, and I drug him back out of retirement to help me do what I do, and I could not have done what I have done up to this point without him. And so he could go into retirement at any time, but he likes doing this because he sees how necessary it is for people's health. And that's just his passion. That's my passion. Yeah. God kind of put us together for this. It's funny how
it's almost like he does that.
He does that, right? Yeah, I know. Yeah. He does that.
Yeah. Well, that's great, and I think lots to come for the membership. But just as a starting place, if you are ready to join, any of this sounds like something you want to be a part of, we will have a link to join.
Yes.
In the comments.
Yes. Thank you so much, and I think you're gonna like it.
Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah.